Okay. All right. Now let's get into the JD Oliva portion of the show. We're going to talk about probably
Okay.
the biggest news of the week, which has some impact on pro wrestling. Paramount, much to the chagrin of a lot of people, except for AEW, I think. I think this is going to be a good thing for AEW, but Paramount has won the bid for WBD. Netflix has dropped their bid, and it looks like they're expecting it to close. If it doesn't close, then WBD gets like $7 billion, but it's expected to close in the third quarter of 2026. It's looking promising at this point.
So, it's interesting. This group is going to be $100 billion in debt
Yeah.
when this thing is said. That's like, there's no way they're going to make that money, right?
No.
So again, when something like this happens, my immediate thought is they're going to look to sell it as soon as
Yeah.
possible. Now I know the difference is this is going to be little Ellison, Veruca Ellison is like to call him. This is his toy. The Ellisons want CNN, right? That's why
Yeah.
Netflix wanted Warner Brothers. Ellisons wanted Warner, right? They want DC. They want CNN especially.
Mhm.
Um, there's a lot to this that I'm not sure about. There was some leaked audio. Again, I was all laughing about this because they had lost, but they kept looking for more and more money. And then I think a problem that we're not talking about enough is that there was enough blowback from Capitol Hill that it kind of pushed Netflix away, and it reinvigorated the Paramount bid, because the vibe coming through was that the administration would not allow that bid to go through.
Well,
It's
they
interesting.
had
They had
Susan Rice on their board, and that
Yeah,
was like a negative mark on them. And the Ellisons are big donors
to start with.
to both Trump and to the IDF, which are currently waging a regime change war without any congressional oversight. Anyway, go ahead, JD.
You ain't wrong.
Yeah.
That's another topic of conversation.
Yeah.
So, they this merger is just as big and just as bad as the Netflix one,
Yeah.
right? Because you essentially killed one of the legacy studios in Hollywood. Paramount has been struggling for a long time, and the Ellisons bought Paramount and realized they don't have anything great. But with Warner, they could have something. So now and they're according to them, they're going to keep Warner and Paramount separate and release films under those banners. Not uncommon. Disney's been done that for decades, right? They did that with
Yeah.
Touchstone in the 80s. They did that with Miramax in the 90s. They did that. They do that continuously. So not
Yeah.
uncommon. The running the studio is a lot harder than they think.
Yeah.
I don't have faith that they can run the one, let alone the other. 3. The investor call leak, because not all the investors of WBD are thrilled with this, right? No one in Hollywood likes this. Everybody on the Warner side is super disappointed this happened. The only people that are happy are the top they can get their money, the top investors. Ellison said, "We don't know what's going to happen with this deal."
Zaslav said it.
Zaslav, I'm sorry. This was Zaslav, David Zaslav. His exact words were, "We don't know what's going to happen. It's going to take 6 to 12 months to close this deal. And if it doesn't work, we're going to get $7 billion.
Yeah.
And that is not something you say to your investors if you are 100% confident of regime change.
Yeah. Well,
that is not
should we make regime change jokes right now? Like too early?
I guess not. I don't think I was making a joke on that, but
no.
I mean, leadership change, we'll say. I probably had regime change in my head because of all,
Right. Yeah.
Leadership change. That is not what they said when the Netflix deal was set. They were not, Ellison did not, or not Ellison, I'm sorry, Zaslav did not say, let's take our time on this. This might not work. He was very up and right away, like, yep, we're going to go to work Netflix. It's going to be great. Everyone's going to do this, blah, 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 blah. He was very bullish on the initial outbreak. I think that they're not 100% sold that Paramount's money is real.
Yeah.
That's a reason. That is a major reason why they declined the offers the first time. They came at him with a huge offer now, and Netflix, I think, would have come through with more money if they thought the merger would go through. I think Netflix got the hint that the Trump administration wasn't going to, which I said months ago on this show, that we got to see if the Trump administration allows this to happen. There's already been talk in certain circles that if certain people are in power in 2028, it'd be time to break up monopolies again. I don't know if that's real, but there's a lot of rabble rousing, and that especially in California.
Yeah.
California still being the hub of the film market, is not thrilled that one, because it's less opportunity for work,
Yeah.
right? Because you can say it's 2 studios, but it's 1 studio, so that's less jobs. So immediately, and there's a good chance that this one doesn't go through either. There could be a lot of scrutiny. Like people say, "Oh, it's a slam dunk." I give you Sinclair WGN. That did not happen. That failed, and we will see where the world is at in 6 months, because things change quickly.
Yeah, things change. I think right now with the administration that we do have, and them having close ties with the Ellison family, I would say that like the administration's not going to be the roadblock. I don't think. They might be able to get enough people to fight it, but I just don't think. I just don't think they will. Now, what? So let's just say that it goes through. What is the effect on AEW? My opinion is that this is better news for AEW, because they probably would have lost their streaming deal had Netflix absorbed HBO Max. But now that it looks like that HBO Max will go into Paramount, and now it's going to be in front of even more eyeballs. And I don't think that Paramount's going to cancel the thing. I think they're going to keep it.
No, Paramount. People say, "Well, Paramount shows UFC, and
so."
It's not a competitor to professional wrestling. In Paramount, the Ellisons are one thing, but they're not in bed with TKO. So like that, they're like this, like they do business together. But I mean, TKO's got their tentacles everywhere. So I mean, they can't enforce saying you have to cut it. So it's probably, and Tony's a billionaire too, so he probably knows all these people. So like, it's probably better.
Yeah, JD, who has more power, the Ellisons or TKO?
Oh, the Ellisons.
Right. So TKO has no leverage over the Ellison family. So TKO is not going to go to Ellison and say, "Hey, I need you to cancel this little wrestling show that does, whatever, 700,000 a week because it offends us." That's not going to happen.
No, and nor will they do that, because it'll hurt their leverage. Yeah. I'm not 100% sure how long this guy. I did this before. I did earlier in the show a couple months ago. I did like the lineage change of Warner Brothers. Like Warner Brothers has been sold so many times over the course of my lifetime, let alone before then. Like, need I remind you of AOL Time Warner, right? There was Time Warner when Time Magazine bought Warner. At one point, Warner Brothers was owned by a freaking parking lot company. Like, these things happen. Like, these studios get sold. $100 billion. I don't foresee them not selling, like not breaking this thing off and selling chunks of it.
Yeah.
I know that Ellison really wants his AI movies. Like the idea of an AI Superman movie horrifies me beyond all rational thought. I don't know what's going to happen with the Warner side of it. I find it to be much more destructive from the film and cable news standpoint. Like the reality is they want CNN so they can have, like, they're doing what they can do with CBS, right? They're going to have their own right-wing version of it. The problem is all the right-wing folks already watch Fox, and the hardcore ones already watch Newsmax.
Yeah, the boomers are already set, and they've been told for 40 years that CNN is unwatchable, so they're not going to watch it even if somebody new buys it.
I think it's going to want, because CBS News is already losing. They're already losing their like 60 Minutes doesn't get the ratings that it used to. So I mean, all you're really doing is you're going to push those middle of the road viewers somewhere else. Yeah. And people who lean left are going to watch MSNBC anyway, and people our age don't watch cable news. No. So I mean, like, you're really fighting for the baby boomers, right? And some older Generation X people. Like, reality, someone else is going to create a network at some point, like just like Murdoch did when he decided to create Fox. Someone's going to do something, because this is now there's if this happens to CNN, there's a spot in the market. I did hear someone rabble-rousing they're going to try to make a bid for something else. I don't know. I don't know if that's reality or not, but like, I don't foresee this conglomeration working long term, mainly because these things don't work long term. Remember, we had our show when Warner Brother Discovery became a thing, when Zaslav took control. We talked about that when it happened in 2021. So like, these things are so impermanent now that I think we can get upset about it, but at the same time, I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't foresee, like, these billionaires aren't really known for investing in things long term. I don't know. I think it's good for AEW for right now, because I think they're going to have their home. There's no reason for them to leave. And if anything happens to them, I do think Amazon is waiting in the wings.
Yeah. Same here. I think they're going to be just fine. I don't really see this being a major concern of theirs. And I think the Khans and the Ellisons, I'm sure they've met, right?
Oh, I'm
Like,
sure. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I'm sure they got yachts parked next to each other at some point.
Like, and that's the thing. Sometimes people like forget that AEW is also owned by a mega powerful billionaire.
That
You
owns
know,
the Jacksonville Jaguars.
yeah. To own an
Yeah,
NFL team, you have to have like real money. And
yeah,
Ellison's is tech money, and tech money is scary because like we see tech money go away fast. Like
yeah.
we lived through the dot-com burst of our early 20s. The AI bubble will pop soon.
Hmm.
We won't get into the whole thing, what's going on with the
Yeah,
Pentagon and stuff like that. But I
and
mean, like,
Anthropic. Yeah,
yeah, Anthropic. We won't. That's not it. But I mean, like, I do feel that AI. Because remember, the Super Bowl had a ton of AI commercials this year. It reminded me of watching Super Bowl in 2000 when they had a shit ton of .com commercials
yeah. Or
for.
in 2021, I think it was. It was all crypto commercials.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and the
Yeah,
crypto market burst, right?
yeah,
And people don't want you. The crypto bros don't want to hear that, but that happened. So I mean, like, I do think the AI bubble. I mean, AI is here. It's here to stay. Like, it's
yeah,
here. It's a thing. We have to learn to live with it. I don't think it's going to be quite what it is right now, the Wild West, right? Because these
yeah.
Wild West situations don't last forever because it becomes harder for people to make money.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. The heat is on, says, in my opinion, all depends on what they want TNT TBS as a station to be in the future. Losing the NBA was a bad move for those stations.
No, it wasn't.
I think they're doing fine still. I think we'll see NBC and Peacock have the NBA now, and everything's been pushed kind of to ESPN and NBC. But I don't know if are those stations doing bad now.
No, I mean, they don't. They're not what they were ratings wise, but that wasn't
Right.
ever about that. It was about making an attractive offer so it can
Yeah.
be bought, right?
Yeah.
And it was cheaper. Now, granted, they spent a shit ton of money, but they would have had to spend even more if they had those NBA contracts.
Yeah, yeah, it would have been an even higher price, but I guess technically the Ellisons own a piece of AEW. That's interesting. Well, once it goes through, but um,
Still a lot to happen.
yeah,
Stay
still a lot to happen.